Welcome to the 20th of August in the year of the 2025. Freya Froofers is so excited. She decided, I'm going to come for snackies now. I want to be on camera today. I am here. We have Freya. We have Loki. Little man is playing Resident Floor Cat. Can we get him? No, he's here. Here. Oh, hey, Freya Froofers. How are you? I know you just want snacks. You just want snacks. Oh, I should check to make sure chat's live. Hello, welcome. It's Wednesday. I'm your host, Phoenix Lectura, and on Wednesdays I sew whatever I want because I get to make that choice. Saturdays we know what we generally do. Let's see here. Welcome chat. Welcome to the circus. Nope. Can I spell? C-I-R-C. Nope. Wow, I cannot spell. There, we've got one chat. Brilliant. Wow, Rumble. Okay, let's try this. Let me make sure. Let's just check all the things because I've been hearing one grumpy tech thing after another. All right, I have Rumble chat, but I don't see YouTube chat showing up. Well, that is going to be fun. Oh, there we go. Better late than never. I hope everyone is having as well of a day as they could. It's been, I don't know. I've had this funny feeling in my tummy since last night when I was going to bed, and it's no good rhyme or reason. It's not sick. It's just my spidey senses are tingling, and we are crushing it with trying to pretend what we're doing. What am I doing? At this rate, we might. Oh no, we tried to crochet rings for the whatchamacallit for the Mummer's Necklace project, and I thought me counting to 16, it's 30 live on air was not at all thrilling and satisfying content. So that left a little bit of something to be desired. Look, where was I? We'll wait for a little bit for some more fannies to fill up the seats under the tent here at the circus before I show off. I can hold up and say the linen cotton chemise with the over the top fancy yoke in just about a wearable state, which is more than we were last time. Oh my god, my assistant producer Freya Froofers is sitting underneath the tripod with the glowery eyes on. Wow, everybody is super hungry, super grumpy, super something. So I have that. I did a little work on the necklace project. I have some template markings on the water soluble stabilizer. I do want to wear the chemise for a little bit because I'm having just want to make sure that the tool that I have as the foundation layer for that is not itchy on the skin. Not that a necklace will necessarily lay against the skin directly, there might be something else, but just in case. And what else do we have? Then last night I cut up stuff because it's been a while since we've done something tiered / roofled. We're gonna do tiers today. So I should get out the rolled hem foot. Actually, it's up here. I didn't find, not sponsored by Blammo, the magnetic presser foot holder. Is it in the strip? Is it what I thought it was going to be? Not quite, but I'm gonna need to close this window. Hello, Jess. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I hope the dinner is good, the games are good, the practices are good. I hope things are good, because, oh yeah. All right, let me grab All right, let me just bring this down. So I've got the lid somewhere. This metal Crayola container since I was a little kid, and I have a piece of hematite on it, and it is magnetically holding presser feet. So I think this idea is going to work. A nice strip in front attached to somewhere, because I don't use all the not all presser feet are used equally, but there's some that we use in abundance, such as our favorite rolled Hemmerfoot. She is a beast. So let's start off with some rolled hems, because I've got 5 yards of this lavender cut, and then I will roll hem the bottom of the bottom tier for the rust colored linen. Oh, you hope all is well over there too. Things are going. Things are. It's just been a funny day. I woke up super early, had some other stuff I needed to take care of today that was in the ordinary, abnormally normal of things to do, and went outside to look around the garden and heard this scritchy sound. Look up. The cat who doesn't know whose house they're supposed to live at, and they've been chipped, and we've talked to the owner. Hello, Patty Quinn. How are you, Sir Patty? I hope you're having a good Wednesday, working hard but not too hard. Oh, Luigi, too. We do have some calls for the Patty Daddy in the house. Where's my floor cats? There we go. There's Loki. Hey, Loki. Loki's on the floor having a bath. There we go. If I just move the chair this way. Can I sit this way so that we can both be on screen? Oh my god, I hope everybody it's about time to do some stitching. I have a circle skirt. I've got lots of rolled hemming, so I might as well jump in there while I do some yammering. Oh, I do not think I have a sketch for the dresses, so we're just gonna have to wing it. Oh, good, Patty, you're doing good. You're just chilling. Not too shabby. Sounds like things have been not horrible, which is great, because there's some fun stuff. I hear rumors of tropical storm, hurricanes. Should I just do this now? Oh, there's 8 people. Let's just do this. So it's not completely wearable yet, but I can hold it up by it. We have a thing. It's attached. We have arms. Oh. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it's so great, this cross-platform chatting that we can do. Thank you, Rumble Studio, for the things that you do good, and I will continue to kvetch sometimes for the things that I'm disappointed in. But yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I gathered it by hand with some long running stitches and then just tacked these in. So I've got the running stitches done for the back, and I just need to tack in those cartridge pleats in a couple of places. But yeah, we have a thing. I guess I could put some pins in and we could jump off screen so I can try this on for a second. I should. All right, let me grab some safety pins, and I will do a quick wardrobe switcheroosers here. Oh, yes. YouTube Jess welcoming Rumble, Patty, and Luigi. Oh, so great. Such fun features we have sometimes, because I cast my streaming oats and, well, 2 places because I'm simple. I can only handle so much. We see the tech that I love the best. It's called analog. All right, let me. Where do I have one? One more safety pin. Okay, we're running there. We're running. There we go. Oh, so good. Oh, this is going to be fun. I do need to make sure that the needle is not going to poke me, but let me stand up just off camera, switch part of my garb, and we can see what this looks like. All right. Oops, what did I do? Oh, sequins on the floor. Okay. Oh, something's cockamamie. All right, she's on. I like the way the shoulders sit. Oh, I am not looking forward to picking up all the sequins that I just dropped all over the floor, but oh, enough of that. What I probably should have done was taken off the undershirt so I could see if it was actually itchy, but if it's itchy through the shirt, then I know I need to come up with a different idea if I want a permanent. It doesn't matter. I have a thing. I made a thing. So many levels of the thing. All right, let's do some rolled hems. I need to do something repetitive and quasi-monotonous. Yep, that's... Oh, So what did I do? I cut out... These are for the top. I cut out the same circle skirt and saved the triangles like we did from the coordinated petticoat, this up for the gray one where I set the triangles in to make the waistband instead of cutting a circle to make the waistband. So I'm going to do that again with this purple one, but I'm going to, instead of just having it be a single triangle, I'm going to sew the other half of it to make the diamond and I can kind of show what's going on here. So then from the center point of the diamond is going to be the section where the bust part comes and covers the bust area. So that is great. Here's the circle skirt, and then we've got the tiers for the linen. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's do the tier. Let's get the tiers for the purple done. We're just going to do a whole bunch of rolled hemming here. Oh, we're doing pretty good for a Wednesday. Things are not shabby. The cats would really love it if I just opened up the concession stand now, but I need to get a couple of stitches sewn before we sail away to this across the stitching seas. Across the stitching seas, we hear the sweet sounds of the clickety-clackety. It's so funny how this machine is just like a balm to my nervous system. It's like wasn't sure if my clock was broken or if it just needed a new battery. Fortunately, it was just a new battery because I do not understand. Riddle me analog clocks that don't have a ticking sound. Isn't that the point of an analog clock, to hear the click, click, click? Yes, everyone has a boating channel. Yup, aye, Cap'n Patty. Anchors away. Anchors away. Yup. And I think I'm gonna continue to, though I did once, many moons ago, I did do a proper Rumble ad read for Rumble, but I kind of am enjoying the parody commercials better, such as our Blammo magnetic presser foot attachment, the Gloopy eyelet collections. Why? Yeah. We're just gonna make parody joke commercials, and not suffer. I just need more laughter. More boats. Sirens. Why are you crunchy like that? Whoops. Something's off with my tension. It's trying to pre-gather itself, but that's fine because I think when I cut a normal circle skirt, the bottom hem is 3 yards and I have 5 strips cut. 45 inches. It doesn't matter. I've got more length in the tiers than I do at the bottom, so there'll be a gentle little gather at the bottom. Nothing too, not like the 83 yards of ruffles from that other skirt, which I need to bring out of the closet and so we can practice the can-can dance, because that skirt was not purposeless. Oh, Phoenix, take a breath. Sail away, stitch away, stitch away, stitch away. Roll that hem, then when leave a tail out at the end. Oh, stitch away, stitch away. Alright, sorry. Man, where Phoenix is back to abusing people's ear holes. Silly. Alright, one of however many I actually have in my piles done, and we continue. Is this itchy on my shoulder? It's the feel. The tulle is polyester, and sometimes poly fabrics are itchy. I think I might have a piece of white, silky, something nicer. It's more of my brain wrestling with, can I fussy cut close enough that if there is any tulle left, it's not going to be itchy, or should I just skip it and we just make sure the stitching on the water soluble stabilizer is so amazing that it's, I don't know. It doesn't Phoenix. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, I already said I would stop abusing ear holes, and I am fibbing. Oh, man. Stitch nicely. There we go. I know I've got a whole bunch of pears to make pear butter, and I'm going to be able to get more pears. And there's grapes, and there's so many more grapes. Oh, I should see if I've got some wax, because I remember making a grape... No, did we make grape jelly? Making jam with my mother-in-law, and instead of using canning lids, we just melted wax and poured that on top, and that worked really good. I should review how to do that. So we've got food for preserving. I'm going to make pear butter. Yeah, you think I'm going to use my little silicone molds to freeze little individual chunks rather than having to make sure I've got enough canning jars and lids, and to do a hot canning method, I'll just freeze it in little pear butter chunks. And then when we have pancakes, we can just pull out one bloopity bloop as we go. Alright. It's so nice to just do some repetitive... I just love rolled hems. I know, we've heard Phoenix say it so many times. She found this foot and now can only find reasons to use it more frequently. But I figure with all of our circle skirt things, maybe it would be nice to have a circle skirt slip. Sometimes, just because. And it gave me an excuse because I didn't really know what we were going to sew today. I was like, okay, I promised a chemise. How close can we get? There is definitely still some smoke and mirrors going on, but we're closer to a garment than I was yesterday, so that is good. And yeah. It's hard when you like have your days and then your schedule changes for something and then you're gonna have to get back into it. But also then there's sometimes the monotony of you just do a thing and it's the same week in and week out and go home. At least I have this time when we get to throw open the tent, open up the machines, sew some stuff, show off some cat tricks, enjoy chatting with Chad and or just being there while folks do other things. Because I know frequently I get to just work and lurk when I get to lurk at all. Because stuff. Okay. Oh, the more we sew, the slightly better we get every single time. But yeah, so I traced the necklace onto the water-soluble stabilizer, cut a triangle, asked Dove, waffled back and forth between diamond motifs and circle motifs, settled on circles, found a circle that I generally liked the size of in comparison to the width of the necklace. So drew that, grabbed my markers, traced some stuff, did some copying, because I know there's going to be wonky lines here or there, but there's some things that we can do in the preparatory phase to just throw marginally less caution to the winds, because we get to control where we sail this boat. 'Tis not rough seas at the moment. Yeah. So we're just gonna, once I finish these last two of the lavender, I'm just gonna grab over to the bottommost tier for the rust. Make sure I got my sides the right way. Nope, those are the sleeves. Okay. Alright. Then we'll do those ones, because then when we get to that part, we'll flip the whole string around and roll hem all of the other edges. Because where there will be other rolled hems, I think I just need one half, and I'm not ready for it. We're not there yet. So this is, again, Phoenix practicing batching whatever I have to do. Do I have to do the same thing across a couple different projects? Yes, so I'm going to do that whole step for both projects all at once. Then we'll switch the presser feet and go on to the next steps. And which reminds me, we do have one circle, 2 rolled hem. We'll do the straight tiers first. Then we'll get to the circle. Or... No. Okay, my brain was wrestling with the idea of attaching the tier to the bottom of the circle, then doing a hem all in one fell swoop, but I'm not going to do that. I'll do all the rolled hem for the circle and the tiers. It's a good thing this is an undershirt that would have another supportive layer so that this collar doesn't move around. All the little things I was worried I wasn't going to like with this project, but I do enjoy it. I was just afraid I was going to spend all this time and it wasn't going to be comfortable, that it was going to feel itchy or not nice on the skin, and I'm like, oh shit. We've invested how many hours over how many random bits and time over years. You will like this project, Phoenix. You'll wear it and you will enjoy it, darn it. Oh my gosh, boys and girl, we are almost there. We'll stitch for another 5 minutes, and then I will open up the concession stand because, maybe we'll open up No, I really will. It's Wednesday. I only wait half an hour because then they get their dinner at 5. So they're like, come on. It's feeding time. Did I? Okay, good. Was worried that I had the wrong side up. No. We have the rolled hem oriented to the appropriate direction. No, rolled hem. Yeah, we got hurricanes. What's up with Aaron? Ooh, Phoenix. We are doing. Yep, the unglamorous side of sewing, where we do repetitive tasks, and in the end, come up with something that's like, wow. But it's worth it to me. It's good ship. Lollipop, it's good ship. I should look up the rest of those words because that's all I remember from that one. Oh well, no songs from the Shirley Temples or Shirley, what's her name afterwards? Nah, doesn't matter. Phoenix, you're talking a mile a minute, weirdo. I'm so excited for my projects. I always want everything to turn out good, and sometimes I see the line drawings, draw it up myself, take from my measurements, and I'm like, all right, we'll just do it. Sometimes it takes a while. We got there. All right, we're at the end of the purple. We're gonna switch to the rust-colored. Maybe I'll do that after this Cats Have Snacks. Just a couple minutes. So, if your favorite part of the show is watching Cats Get Snacks, grab your friends because we are moments away from the concession stand being opened. We can see. Is Loki going to let me down today? Is Loki going to make me look bad? Maybe. Always a possibility. Okay. I'm gonna just leave that there. You ready, boys? You ready? Do you want some snackies? Who wants snackies? Who's gonna come? Let me know how much they want them. All right, Galley is now open. Come on, little dude. Oh, there's a tail. Come on. Well, come here. Come on. Oh, man. Floor cat no longer. Sewing machine cat, yes. Come on, Loki. All right. Cats and snacks. Snack. Come here. Come on. Good job. Oh, cats and snacks. We're a snacking channel. All right, let me get Freya for a couple snacks. Yeah, snacks for you. Oh, okay, hold on, Loki. You're going to steal it from me. You're stealing it. Okay. All right. Okay, Loki, let me move the chair. We got to go do our tricks. Come on. Come on, Loki. Loki. Come on. Don't make me look bad. Good job, Loki. All right, can we do it again? Will you make me look good again? How good will you make me look? Oh my gosh. Cats do tricks. You are so smart, Loki. Don't let them tell you cats don't learn tricks. don't you come over here? All right. Okay, boys. All right. Okay. One more. That's it. Gotta close up the shop. I got some more. Oh, I got sewing to do. You're just gonna give me big hugs. Big hugs. Thanks, boys. I needed hugs. All right. See. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, the back is just safety pinned. It needs a little bit of reinforcing, but thanks everybody for telling your friends. So at the end of the concession stand time, we met our quota of ideally 10 on a Wednesday. We might need to start moving it up to 15. Nope, know where the mic is. And maybe should we be daring and start pushing it up to 20 seats on the weekends? We probably should, but all right. The rust-colored linen. Ooh, this one. Oh, does it? Oh, no, this is the top. Oh, these are sleeves. This is a sleeve, which means there's a second sleeve. Okay, I should have put pins into these layers. So I remember. Okay, you go from the bottom of the heap, and hopefully I don't get lost. 1, 2, okay, 4. This is the bottom tier. So I've got, what did I do? 4, 2, 1, half, and then the sleeves. That's, yes. That is it. So I'm just going to do the rolled hem for the bottommost tier because the other layers will do a gentle basting stitch, gather it down, stitch it to the layer above, and then I was contemplating having the seams to be to the outside because then I will cover them with some lace or some trim or some hoo-ha, but it'll be on the outside because I don't or I'll figure it. I haven't completely decided, which is very normal. Very normal that we have most of an idea and then wait until we start to get stuck in for things to fully flush themselves out. Sometimes we end up with disasters, and sometimes we end up with something great. And then sometimes it's just in the middle, and that's fine. We learn something every time we sit and stitch. So that's the main point. Oops, I need to tuck myself in a little better. All right, have some tea. Oh, okay. Oh, listen to the trees. Hello, breeze. The 11th hour, I'm like putting on my lipstick again. I'm like, all right, I've done nothing else is done up on my face, but at least we can put on some lipstick. Yeah, so this is one of kind of awesome. Oh, yep. Sometimes we just gotta aim for the stars and pretend we know what we're doing. But with enough practice and enough just showing up and doing it, things happen. It is funny, the grumpy seeing the different shenanigans on X over. Oh, yeah. But, Phoenix, you can't. Okay, I'm going to take a break from complaining about the membership thing because I did not send an email, so it's not right to just complain if I don't do something that's actionable as a result of said complaint. So I'm going to stop there. Oh, can we even see? I'm just going to throw my mouse overboard because that's where it likes to be. Yeah, so these are 13-inch strips. The purple was 8, and then when we get to the circle, it will be 3. So we'll do these 4, we'll do the circle, snip the circle off, and then rinse and repeat for the other side of these. So right now, this is the rolled hem show, where we try to keep it rolling along. And I didn't have anything funny to say after that. Oh, well. So we shall stitch it good. Oh, that was so nice of Freya Fruppers to come out at the beginning of the show. She's usually just sleeping somewhere else. She's like, yeah, I'm not food motivated, but sometimes I like coming out for snackies. Mostly I like skipping my dinner because we're watching our waistlines and don't eat all the time. So. Oh, speaking of eating, oh my gosh. Local grown cucumbers. I, maybe next year, am quasi-bound and determined to find a spot where I can water cucumbers enough so that I can just go to the garden. Because fresh cucumbers are one of my most favoriteest things. But they take a lot of water, and it doesn't rain here in the summer. So cucumbers are a little challenging. There are 3 little grape tomatoes out in the garden that are I wasn't listening. Where? This is the real life meme of sewers when they realized they'd been stitching for quite some time and the bobbin had run out. Yep, that's what just happened. Because I was chit-chatting, and I was forgot to listen to what the machine had to say. Hey, Loki. The eyes behind my head saw you there. Oh, look at you. Who's cute having baths? Okay. Oh, why are you all a knot? Alright, let's try this. Oh, it's a little scratchy. But the necklace is going to have a bunch more cut work, so there's going to be even less of it. I'll just keep wearing this because I don't have to decide yet. Oh, what I could do is let me hold up what I have drawn so far on the water-soluble stabilizer for the necklace project. Once I get this bobbin loaded. 1 shuttle bobbin loaded and loaded. Ooh! But before we do that, it is brushing time because Phoenix does not change her sewing machine needle every time she sews. But every time we go to change the bobbin, we do try to make sure that we do fluff management. Because some of the problems could have been avoided if you just done fluff management in the first place. Alright. Bobbin loaded. Thread pulled through. Okay. Let's see how awesome it's going to be to try to show sketching on water-soluble stabilizer that's relatively translucent. I'm going to use some orange as a background. Oh yeah, this is good. Maybe. All right, Phoenix, to the camera. Yeah, so I have the outline of the necklace, the circles marked, where the closure is going to be. Yeah, so then that also gives me where the line where I'm going to attach the crocheted flower chain section, because I was contemplating starting the outlining everything with black black padded satin stitches around the circle motifs and around the full length of the necklace as a foundation layer. Because if I do that, because I can do that first while I continue working on the crochet sections, because we're not done yet. I remeasured. I'm gonna go with centimeters because the rings are about 1 centimeter, the full length 150. So if I need 2 of each, then I'm like, all right, that's 75 of each motif, which is a little bit more than double what I first was hoping for of 30 each. So yeah, I have to make sure I'm caffeinated and have my googly eyes during coffee time so I can continue to plow through that part, because I like to just sit quietly, listen to Dove read me stories, have some coffee, and plunk out a couple rings. Because, yeah, it was not exciting for me to try to count to 30 to do those rings online. I'm like, no. I could be on somebody else's show and sit and do it, but it was boring to me, and I didn't feel like I could engage if I had to count and interact. I'm like, I'm not that talented. I wasn't feeling that talented. Yeah, so this is going to have kind of like longish sleeves. Doing the same arm neck attachment that I did for the lavender, with the little lavender flower dress that's got the ribbons in it, which I will probably add some channels for ribbon nippings on this piece as well. Wow, words are only sometimes my friends. Why is my brain... There's no reason to be like worried about things I have to do tomorrow since yesterday. That is really dumb. They're just gonna come when they have to come, and stressing about it is not a good use of my energy. So I'm just gonna stop that. We're just gonna have happy little stitches. This is Stitching with Phoenix, who's not Bob, with Phoenix Ross. That's more for the embroidery show, where we have like the risk of happy accident stitches greatly increased. We try not to have too many accidents during garment construction days. That means I have to redo something. And I think I know of a pair of pants that's sprung a hole in the sails, so I should fix that. I have to just remember that it is worth it to sew each seam twice and then do the seam finish, because I'm kind of hard on my clothes and I do wear them. I don't just make stuff to look yet. Little dude, it completely shredded rope on his kitty tree, so we switched some pieces around, saved the base, chucked the part that was absolutely shredded, and fortunately little dude likes the slightly shortened version just as well. We can kind of see the the plant in the middle is a lily that was a clipping that my mother-in-law sent to me that was actually one that my grandma had. That's my grandma's plant. That plant there's been a piece of that plant in my memory for as long as I can remember. And I'm always excited when she decides to flower. I'm hoping, because my other little peace lily is getting ready to flower, but I might be moving that plant to a different office. Or another plant. I don't know. I'm just babbling. Babble, babble, babble. Stitch, stitch, stitch. Okay, we're just gonna tuck those, get the next 1, 2, 3. I'm so confused. All right. How many did I do? 2. I think for all that I tried to keep the layers organized, I fluffed something up. But is there any reason to not add? Doesn't matter. Let me stitch what I'm stitching, and then I'll figure out what's next. Why? Oh. The fabric doesn't fall into the rolled hem foot nicely when the needle's down and in the way, occluding the space. All right. Get in that slot. There we go. Sometimes you just got to tell the fabric what you need it to do. Slide into that slot more nicely, please. Okay. Oh, Phoenix, you were singing marching band songs, and I was having a Sousa moment. And we marched off course. Okay. I'm just gonna drape this over my shoulder so I know where it is, because it's weighing itself down. Oh, but we will have a spectacular pulling of the tears moment. Oh. When that whole pile that's getting collected by my feet becomes unearthed again on this side, we'll just have this beautiful mound of ruffles. Yes, thanks for keeping the chat filled with emojis, Luigi. It's good. Sometimes there's so many shows and not enough ways to type, but it's all good. Ooh, my stitching. Phoenix, stop getting distracted. I'm so excited to jimmer jammer and try to make good eye contact that I'm forgetting. I do need to make sure I don't fall off the hems. Because that is bad. We're trying to be better than that. Oh, where was my brain? What did I have? Do I have anything fun? I don't know. Is Oregon going down with Washington and California for sanctuary city rules? What's up with the New Orleans mayor who got indicted? Or was it her boyfriend keeping there's so many funny business. So much funny business. Was that in Utah that the two cops? Oh, right. I think it was in Utah. Somebody 911 hangups and 3 officers shot, 2 dead. Yeah, everything's just continuing on. Nothing to see here. We are just sewing normal things. There's no funny business. I don't know nothing. But I'm curious, do we have any ideas if we think that the Sisters Volcano is going to go, or Mount Shasta? It's been a while, but maybe. Wouldn't that be something? I guess on the normal trajectory, Kilauea is getting ready to blow her top again, but she does that on a relatively periodic and traceable basis. So whether that's super fun or not, I don't know. Oh, should I make this a little bit smaller? I still can do some adjustments if I need to because it's just loosely attached, as I'd mentioned earlier, for the purposes of laundering primarily, because this yoke will never see the inside of a washing machine. I can't guarantee. Now I'm thinking of the Creole cook, or is it the Cajun cook? Luigi, sadly you don't keep up with the volcanoes. That's all right. Give me something more fun to look at, because everything else was like, disaster, people being stupid, governments being stupid. I'm not on board for the oligarch technocracy, everything scanned, chipped, and tagged. We know where you are. We know what you do everywhere. I'm like, I am trying to figure out where to just like hide, but then I'd have to give up streaming because I'd just give it all up, and I'm not ready completely. Yeah, I don't think I did pay attention too much to the volcanoes until the Kamchatka earthquake and the subsequent volcanoes there. And then I was like, oh, wait, I might live on a coast that not only has earthquakes, but also still has volcanoes that haven't gone off in a while. Maybe I should just for curiosity's sake. Because from what I hear from the folks about how to be prepared for stuff, it's like you just do a little bit for all of the things, and a lot of it is the same. It doesn't really matter whether the power's, it doesn't matter why the power's out, you still have to figure out how to eat and how to cook. Oh, my push-ups are making my triceps look better. My fatty arm is looking less embarrassing on screen today. So I just like, let's just flex my muscles. Everything will be fine here. Right, exactly. All I know is I don't know what's happening, but I am going to be comfortable and fabulous while it's happening. Oh, speaking of fabulous, I know. Oh, that is it. The Minnesota Vikings. I don't care that they for their cheerleaders, but what I do think the NFL did, if they didn't have it before, they do need to bring it. The strong chap bases who pick those girls up and catch them while they fly, the hand, the two hand, the two high, those those cheerleading skills, absolutely fantastical, and I would like to see more of that. Robert Oberst, has he competed in a while? American Strongman. Don't eat those are sequins, that's not snacks. Yeah, I posted a clip of this chap, an amazing base. The tricks that the cheerleader chick did, amazing. All right, I forgot where I am. Let me we'll do the purple circle, then we'll flip the pile around, and then we'll figure out what I need to sew next. Waistband sections, that's what that is. I didn't cheat. I made use of a trick that I should make use of more often. When I'm going to cut circle skirts or things that are 4 layers, it's worth it to take the time to pin all 4 of your layers rather than Brazen Phoenix, who's like, I've marked it on one, I will just move my hand and trim my shears and I'll cut and all 4 layers will be perfect. Rarely. So if I pin all the layers, then I know nothing's going to be shifty in funny places. Like all the shifty smoke and mirrors. Oh, I was listening to the lieutenant colonel yesterday talking about, and I guess his channel on Rumble is the Path Forward yeah, where was I going? Information warfare and messaging, cyber messaging, because he works in cybersecurity now, but his impression of the meeting on Monday, at least the portion for the European leaders who what's their purpose other than to be like what is their purpose? His optics were they came to kneel at the throne of King Trump, which is like, is everything all good? Can we? No, I don't want globalism. I don't want to be one homogenous, no uniqueness. I miss Europe having to go and get money changed for all the countries you were going to go to. I enjoyed collecting all of the coins and money from all the places I went to. That was fun. Not all of this, the samey. And on a similar vein, what's up with this new generation that's all pierced and tattooed and hair colored, but then are mad when people look at, like, they've taken the old punk cringe with folks who are like, yes, I look like this, you can stare, you can go F off, you can go fluff off, I don't really give a fluff, to all these people looking extra outlandish and then being like, but you're looking at me like, what? You can't have it both ways. You do these things to either scare off the weak because you're self-assured, or you don't do them. You don't do it and then complain that people are looking at you. Which, I just heard this story. Speaking of people looking at you, the UK had undercover cops, women cops, dressed in very tight running clothes so they could, for the purposes of entrapping gentlemen for looking at them, because I guess looking at people is now a crime in Great Britain. Okay. Is this going to go both ways, or are you only arresting white men in Britain? British nationals? Like, but I think I said before, and I think that the UK, they've internalized we were so imperialist, we did so much damage. Please, people who we invaded, will you do in kind invade us and let us understand how we subjugated you? Just please subjugate us. That's what it feels like. Luigi walks around blindfolded to keep myself from going to jail. Yeah, right? Seriously. Like, I got my blinders on, I got my glasses on. Yeah, it's so bizarre. But I was glad. I was like, oh, we can, these three little things that were like getting in my god today. I would have pushed the boundaries more, but I came from a family that you could only be like so close to the edge. Because I thought about getting a septum ring 30 years ago. And my dad was like, you would look like a bull. No. So I just got my tiny stud that I got when I was in Spain, and it's good. But I would do things just for the purpose of scaring off people who thought I was a meanie, even though, well, I am mean and nasty and horrible, so that's not really a lie. But it was just easier because I didn't like to have to talk to people, so if I could scare them off by my looks, then I wouldn't have to deal with talking to people who would just annoy me. If you took the time to talk to me, then then maybe you're worth my time. But oh yeah, speaking of other things, those poor, what school was it in North Virginia that this story was out of? Um, trans boy goes to boys' locker room to film boys. She doesn't get kicked out of school. They don't get kicked out of school. The boys who complained about being filmed in the locker room get reprimanded. This clown word. I'm all about the clowns, but there's some stuff. They're like, but don't harm the victim. You're punishing legitimate victims because of these protected classes. This needs to go. There's either everybody's a protected class or nobody's a protected class. We can't. It's no more of this. Oh, you're not. You don't check enough boxes. Sorry, try again. I'm done. I'm gonna continue school stuff. Can we make sure kids know how to do stuff with their hands, know how to do the basics of the actual things? Just because we have AI and tech that can do all these things, if you can't think and understand how to do something, it doesn't. What's the point of the? Wow. Okay. I'm not usually this angry on a Wednesday. Let's get back to the happy stitches. I'm circling around back to the beginning of the circle. Then we'll roll hem the other side and we'll go from. The next steps will be we'll sew the center diamond for the waist section, make the slit for that to get slotted in. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I did the one thing I said I was going to do. I said I was going to show off the new chemise. Check. A wiener is me. We're almost back at the beginning. Yeah, for sewing the hem on a circle, the rolled hem foot is perfect because then you don't have to worry about the math and the fluffing that happens when you do other hem finish techniques. Circles are not the same. Circles change length. Wow, you should, Phoenix, just stitch for a second. You're coming apart at the seams. There we go. Oh, right. But I do need to get some more details. All I heard were the headlines yesterday of the coal carrier that exploded, caught fire in Baltimore, in relative close proximity to the bridge in Baltimore that got ran into by a Mexican ship last year. That's fun. People are either being really reckless or really want that bridge gone. Not sure which. Yeah. Also curious what's going on with all of the commercial the people who probably shouldn't have commercial driver's licenses. And how that's going to fall out. Because is it true that they're going to have DHS officers at weigh stations and inspection checkpoints? Because, yeah, that would be interesting. So we'll see what happens from that. Probably just more complaining a little of this, a little of that. Did I talk about the Nebraska thing last week on Sunday? I think I did, because I'd heard that story twice by then, and it just... It's not a good segue from thinking of Sikh truck drivers and or other Indian diaspora folks with the Indian family who was involved in basically child slavery. And those hotel motels, Holiday Inns, are still operational as of the last time it had been checked. So that's a thing. Welcome to the disaster zone. All right, rolled hem for circle skirt. I don't have the waistband cut, but there we go. One circle. Oh, look at how shiny. Oh, excuse me. All right, I'm going to set that section free. Turn the rolled hem for the tiers. Oh, should we? All right, before I do the stitching, let me get it set up so I remember where my end that I need to begin stitching is, and we'll have a little satisfying a tier pull. Okay, get stuffed. Oh, look at all those yards. I think the purple's only 45 inches, so it's 45 times 5. There's some maths and numbers there. Didn't bother to calculate. It's fine. Did I have one? I thought I should be... Well, it doesn't matter. Can't completely remember how many tiers I cut yesterday. I was thinking, as I was cutting this rust section, you know what, Phoenix? You should probably write on a little piece of paper and pin the pieces so you know what you need to, what's what when you get to it tomorrow, because you're going to forget. And I was like, no, I'm sure this time I'll remember, because I'll fold the pieces one section one way, roll the next section up, roll it so it's like crisscrossed. I'll remember. I won't get them mixed up or fluffed up somehow. Really, it'll be better this time. Was it really better? I don't think so. I should have went with my first instincts yesterday, which was, you've got enough scratch paper and enough pins. You could have just scribbled something down and then pinned it to the appropriate section with all your notes, like this. The section should have 4. This is 2. There's 2 of the same. I coulda. So, note to self, Phoenix. Do it next time. When you have the inclination to make notes and pin your pieces, you should do that. Oh, again, every once in a while I hear this, but somebody say, I think I'm gonna try to move to Scotland. They'd had some interesting choices and things, and then the bitter part of me is like, you're white. I don't know if they're taking white guys into Scotland right now. It's so horrible. It makes me I kind of feel bad, but then I'm like, but based on what it looks like, I don't know if that's really wrong. Oh, well. Has anybody... There's all those folks on, to everybody complaining of, we're gonna expat, we're gonna leave. Of all those people who made all this big talking, did any of them actually successfully claim asylum anywhere? Who's giving asylum to Americans? besides that country in Africa, but then when the Americans go, they're like, oh shit, I think we want to go back. Ay, ay, ay. Nope. I'm here. My family moved here. We left Europe. We left Israel. We came here. I'm going to keep the old ways alive. I know how to do a few things sometimes. And I want to make sure everybody else knows how to do a few things. Or to remember, do your things. Because I can't, well, I'm not a computer CGI animated genius. I thought I was going to try to use Eclipse to make some clips. But then the first couple, one day, it had my streams pulled up. Maybe it's the free members or something, but I kept trying to log in, but it won't pull my streams up for me to make clips. Or I guess I could just figure out and try the clip maker in Rumble Studio, because I haven't done that either. But I kind of like the notion of just being able to say, clip this, and then the clip just like magically appearing so I could share it. Oh. Maybe next time we'll pretend to be more tech smart. I guess my joke now with tech is I still am just brazen enough that I'm not afraid to break something, because I will just back everything up and start from scratch. But there's definitely a thing where I'm just starting to feel out of my edge. And it's the AI stuff. I don't want to lose my brain and unique creativity and thought process, even if it's bad or it's got mistakes or things, because at least I know it's mine. I want my mind to be mine. I don't want some chip that can like decode my thoughts. And do people not really like talk to themselves in their brain? I mean, I guess I'm kind of talking to myself out loud to you, but it is out loud. But people really don't have inner monologues? In the Venn diagram of people who don't have inner monologues, I wonder what the overlap is for folks who also, like, you say an apple and they don't see the fruit. Though I guess some people would probably, you say apple and they would like think of their iPhone. So maybe that's not a good. Apple's not the right example. Oh well. Just the stuff that keeps me up at night. Oh, and in other things that annoyed me today, I was listening to something. And they were talking about how being overweight wasn't a choice. And every time I hear that, I had somebody I went to for my own to get a checkup. They're like, it's not your fault. And I'm like, no, it's exactly my fault. I know that I put too much stuff into my mouth and that my butt was stuck to the couch. Those were choices I made. Were they the best choices? No, but I knew what I was doing and why I was not svelte and having triceps showing off at the moment. Like, it was completely my fault. Don't tell me. Don't gaslight me and tell me it wasn't my fault. Nobody else was shoveling the food down my face or the liquid calories into my mouth. That was all me. It wasn't some genetic thing. It wasn't some social determinant of health. My environment decided that I was unable to put the fork down and put the cup down. No, I don't buy that bullshit. And maybe it's naivety of me because I've never been morbidly obese. I've only been obese a handful of times, and then I'm like, oh, I don't like me at this way. I don't like me at this size. Maybe I should put the fork down and get off my butt more. And then it shifts. So I don't know. The things we tell people to make them feel like it's not really your fault. I mean, and it's not like your fault, like, oh, you were bad, this happened. But there's some, like, can we get back to a little self-accountability and ownership of action? I don't need you to, I don't need you to make me a safe place. I'm okay. Though it was nice to not hear a whole bunch of land acknowledgments. I'm glad that's starting to fall by the wayside. Because every time I hear those types of things, I think about some of the First Nation indigenous people and the names that are commonly used in modern vernacular aren't always the nicest things. Like, isn't it the Algonquin up in northern New York in Canada? I think that means one of them is headhunter. Iroquois and Algonquin, they didn't really like each other, so when the French were like, yo, what do you call those people over there? They were like, oh, those are the stealer eater people, and those were in this scene I was just learned about. I'm gonna forget the name of the county, but it's Slavey Lake up in Alberta, and the Cree people gave that name to the Dene people who were there because I guess the Dene kept coming in. Well, it was probably on both sides, but they were stealing people from each other's tribes. So, like, all these glassy-eyed of like, oh, these people were always nice and they always loved each other and were in harmony. Those are some rosy-colored glasses. Because if we're going to go and talk about the slaves, we can't forget my people, the Slavs. Borders? Who is that? We belong to what country now? Okay. Like, just let the Donbass and Crimea, just let them go back to. They never wanted to be with you, Ukraine. I'm sorry. They're Russian, Ruski Slavs, not Ukrainian Slavs. It's also funny. I don't know what I did that I've been getting a lot of stuff like, oh, Nostradamus and Edgar Casey. But the funniest always is, every once in a while, just listening to, what did Baba Vanga say? And she was a Balkan seer. And ironically enough, the number of seers who are blind. But Baba Vanga, she's from the Balkans, was the prophesizer. Don't have tongue-tied. Should we practice yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather? Let's get these rolled hems rolled. Rollin', let's go. Yeah, because I definitely want the bottom one done. We'll figure out what the rest of the seam treatment. I should, Phoenix, stop saying the same thing over and over again. If you don't know what to say, you can just stop talking and stitch for a second. It really is okay. All right, 2 done. On to the other side of this amazing synthetic purple. I think I still have 4 yards of this left. It's like, oh my gosh, what else do we want? Do I want a little, I've got some ornamentations. Could do like this little this little detachable skirty thing. That could be cute. So we'll have our practical slip and our impractical costume piece to go along with it. And what was I blabbering about the necklace? Oh, I'll start on Saturday. I'll begin some of the satin stitching for the outlines because I'm planning on stitching the crocheted flower chain portion afterwards and then doing the filler stitches there. But I can at least stitch the base for things and start thinking for some of the filler motifs while the crocheting for some of the center circle sections happens. Because I posed the question of flowers, insects, and sea creatures, and the verdict was flowers. So I'll do a couple from my printed out version of the Priscilla Irish Crochet book. Then I'll just scroll through my collection of crochet flowers on Pinterest, whip up enough, and wham bam on to the next section for that project. Maybe we'll have it done before Christmas, but I'm also there's not a rushed deadline for that. If it happens, awesome. If it doesn't, that's cool too. Get in there. Also, maybe I should whip out a quick little pencil holder thing for a small human. Or I'm just going to be a lazy and get some school supplies from Amazon. I feel like such a cheater because I made such a cute apron for them last year for that day. We stitched the raven onto that little art smocky thing. And I stuffed it with little stuffy treasures that they had fun pulling out. Or like, oh, there's so many pockets with so many treasures. I think for the purple tiers that for the bottom of the circle skirt, I'm not going to bother hemming them together because they're on the selvage. I will hem the rust colored linen though, because that will shred. I'll do the extra bits if I have to, and if unnecessary. Sometimes I don't do them. Sometimes I do them when they're unnecessary, just for overkill. But sometimes I think it's funny to not do them, to be like, in 75, 50, 75, 100 years, if our garments are well enough made that they last, what will people think when they look at the insides of my garments? I guess to be so brazen to think my stuff would last that long. Hopefully somebody just doesn't come and pitch my sewing machines into the trash. Not too bad. Yeah, Dove was joking that maybe on the Sunday I thought of pulling up a couple, but I didn't feel like looking at the internet that much. Maybe on Sundays we'll add a quick little like meme section, so we've got some more funny things to break up the stitch and bitch. Gosh, it can get a little bit heavy sometimes, depending on how much I'm complaining and what other folks bring to the stitch and bitch session. I've been trying to not be on the computer like didn't get the show set up till this morning because I was like, I got home from work, didn't have to turn the computer on, and just didn't. I had the picture for my thumbnail already because the cats were too cute to not take pictures, which makes thumbnail creation much easier. But been like not looking at social media stuff. I keep hearing what is up with what's pickaxe an equivalent to, and why would I want to waste energy putting together another social media that I don't want to have to really interact with, because I like to live my life in real life and not online, even though we do this online. I know I'm just a contradiction. Just like Phoenix, I don't like looking like a cupcake, and then we make skirts that make us look like a cupcake. Phoenix, I don't want to be online all the time. Phoenix, you live stream 3 days a week. Do you know this? It's not the same. It's not the same as having to post and engage and answer comments. And thank you that Rumble spammers who've been commenting and wanting to help me. I appreciate your follows. I don't like that it inflates my ego because we're finally up to 200 followers on Rumble. Thank you. We're over at 120 on the tubes, which I won't complain about that either. So across 2 platforms, 320, not shabby. I did try to set goals for this year, so if I include all of it, we're more than 2/3 there. Or more than halfway there. I was hoping that doesn't matter. But yeah, tell me what is pickaxe and why do I want why should I bother if anybody knows? If not, that's cool too. All right, okay. Oh, Luigi, you're funny. Yep. Welcome to the party. We stitch fun stuff. We make stuff. Yep, celebrating. Not quite the 500. Not yet at the 500 that I'd hoped for over this year, but the year's not over yet. So we're swimming our way upstream. Hopefully not to just spawn and die, but wouldn't be the first time. Oops. Yeah, those like, oh, we saw your content. Yes, message us on WhatsApp or Telegram or this. I should probably go back through and delete those message comments for my videos because I don't really care for them. Oh, right, that's what I like to tell myself on your streams, right? Like, I don't like to be involved with social media, but I'm going to be here and be involved this way. I do what I like, and I don't do what I don't like. Shorts. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to wait. If this pickaxe requires you to upload a driver's license, I think that's going to be like a DOA for me. I'm really tired of things where you have to take a selfie, upload your driver's license, show us 5 forms of identification, the name of all of your 11th dead relative, and your firstborn child. Like, I would like to make sure I live my life in the real world. That's the world that matters. Which goes back to why I show up in streams, so I make sure I have cute clothes to wear in my real world. It's all about me, darn it. It's my show. I have main character syndrome. But it would really it would be really funny for the streamer to want to be the non-player character in their own show. Like, I guess that would be funny too. Or is that the folks who show up with gamer face and don't interact? Are those the NPC characters for their own shows? They're their own NPCs. Am I using those words correctly? I don't know. Yep. From shy, anxious kid who, but I've always loved being on stage, even though since I was little, it would make me so anxious. I thought I would vomit every time I got up on stage for years. Yeah, for like almost 20 years. Sometimes I still get anxious before a show. It's been a little bit longer than 20 years. Oh well. I am done with the rolled hemming for this lavender section. I think before I attach the tiers to the bottom of the circle, I'm going to work on, I'll do a little bit of the top section so that there's less bulk, because fabric wrestling is good, but if we don't have to fabric wrestle, also good. I need to get used to bringing up my powder. If I don't put some makeup on, I should at least powder my nose so we don't look so shiny. Because I'm not good, but I have tried to learn how to look better on camera. I know what I should be doing, and I'm not always doing it. Right. It's all coming together. Everything is coalescing and distilling to things that, from things and notions since I was like 2 years old. It's all coming together now. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right. This is the last of the lavender section. Then I guess I should figure out what's going on with the rest colored pieces. Maybe we'll sew some sleeves. Maybe I'll put in a French seam for the section that we have done while I figure out what I need to do next. That seems most reasonable. And then it's been a while because I don't usually do French seams, so I'll have a quick little tutorial. And if I was extra fancy, I would have gone into the trim tub and pulled out some trims for these next sections. That's all right, it's Tuesday. We're just going to sew till the top of the hour. It's Wednesday, Phoenix. It's Wednesday. Because then the cats can have their dinner and I can make sure I'm not taking up all the space. So I used to joke that my fake Indigenous American name was Little Girl Who Takes Up Too Much Space, because somehow, like, everything like starts off contained, and then by the end, I throw the microphone around, and like, yep, I'm everywhere, and then I collect it all back up like I was never there. All right, another satisfying tier pull. Who needs a tier list when you can get a tier pull at the circus instead? Yep. All right. 1 and 2. That wasn't the most satisfying, but after having not done one in such a long time, that was not terrible. Just going to separate the lavender from the rest. They're for 2 different projects. And French seam. So we start off wrong sides touching each other. How do I know what my wrong side is? That's the side where the hem is rolled and it's lumpy on the wrong side. And flat on the right side. So we're going to have the lumpy sides touching each other. My lumps. No. Not my Humpty Dumpty lumps. Now we can see, did Phoenix cut the length even? Oh god. We're just gonna do a little smoke and mirrors here. After I change my presser feed out, let's see here. How's this amazing magnetic presser foot from Blammo? Presser foot. Magic! Blammo! Blammo has the best magnetic presser feet covers. What would I do without it? I don't know. Okay, so I got one lumpy side on my index finger. I'm going to find my second lumpy side. And, oh, Phoenix, you should actually put your other presser foot on. It does help. It really, really does. Okay, I'm going to smooth out all the layers. I did not iron. I did iron some of this fabric. I did not iron all of it. I'm going to use the lines from where I took out stitching as my guides for where to stitch. So I kind of didn't iron on purpose. Like, I'm going to use those land markers. I just did a back stitch because then we know our stitches shouldn't come undone. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just doing a little massaging. I don't think I got very good, but I really want this outfit, so we're just gonna fluff it. We're just gonna make it work. In the words of the Tim Gun, make it work. Okay, so I'm gonna do my back stitch on this end, and then I'm going to trim the threads. Free! Flip it over, open it up, press it with my fingers, and stitch along the other edge. And then all the raw edges will be nicely encased. So that over time things don't try to unravel. Just try my sweater. Oh my gosh, when Meet Green Day was, when things were good. I wonder, not that I'm going to go see them, but it's funny that I keep hearing these warnings for gentlemen, folks, to not try to drink like they did when they watched Oasis at the beginning of the century, the end of last century. And are the brothers going to have a blow up on stage? Is it going to be a staged blow up? Are they really going to fight just because they do that? Okay, one section stitched together. There's not a pinch holding, making all those pieces even. There it is. It's okay. We're just gonna forget about that for right now. Let me find the sleeves. So I think after the last time we did sleeves like this, we shouldn't have the sleeves. This is the next section. Okay, this is the top. Okay. Oh, now I know where I am. I got it. So there's one top section. I'm going to sew some channels in so we can make it a little bit more fitted. Here's a section the same length. That's going to be the top hip section. So I think we will sew a hem, do a rolled hem, and then I'll pull some lace for the channels. Yup. Can I stitch the channels on while flat? If we do the seam in the... not really. Okay, problem solved. All right, now I'm sewing the bodice top of this concoction. And I'm just going to do everything French seams. It just needs something nice. And then it also has 2 lines of stitching. Because we could do a rolled hem, but then it finishes the edge but doesn't add extra integrity. And this one may go through the wash, because I'm sure when this object was still a bed sheet, it also went through the wash. I know I've already washed it before while it was transitioning which form it was from bed sheet to dress. It moonlit as holder for woolens that were being washed and then needed to rest outside to dry. I think just to add some extra integrity, I'm going to get to the end of this section and then I'm going to drive back. So I'm going to stitch over everything twice. Time consuming and monotonous, yes, but it's just like me. Oh, I shouldn't invite that joke to my own house. Never mind, I'm going to leave it in my head. Okay. Phoenix, you're such a tease. But I delivered. I have on the chemise, and I haven't started itching so much that I'm crazy. So that is good. Because I was thinking, I was at for the necklace, I could, with a very fine heat tool, like melt it a little bit, but then that would also feel plasticky and pokey, and that wouldn't feel nice either. That feels almost worse. But I could maybe on Sunday before I start. No, not definitely on Saturday. We'll take some of the stabilizer that we're going to do, sew some motifs like a little bracelet, and we'll make a bracelet, or we'll make the outlines of a bracelet. I'll set it free overnight, and then I'll wear it on Sunday so I can just do some productions research, mock-ups, model making, if you will. It's not really a swatch. It doesn't matter, Phoenix. You are just babbling. You're like the babbling brook who knew no bounds. Yep. Oh, Oregon, Washington, trying to get in trouble for their sanctuary city stuff. And I'm like, oh no. And then everybody's like, it's so funny. But I think it is true what I hear. I have no party affiliation. I'm politically homeless. I don't care for either of the establishment parties. I think the whole system right now is fudged up, and it's all the global moneymaker, oligarch technocracy that's trying to replace things. I don't care for it. Where was I going? Phoenix, did you have words? I was talking about the two-party system, not liking it. Yeah, I think it's time that we need a new... We're still going to have this form of government. I think we need a new party. I don't know what it looks like or what its principles are, but I think we're due for a new populist party That's just no, we're not going to take money from lobbyists. We're not going to. But, oh gosh. Phoenix, they got rid of Chevron last year and they still haven't done anything about it. I was hoping that all those agencies and all those bureaucracies that were like developed because of Chevron, when it was gone, they would just be gone also. Boy, oh boy, am I naive. It's not the way things really work. Just in my silly little head, they work like that. Oh, Phoenix, we were going to do the exposed seams. So what I'm going to... Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do my 2 lines of stitching for this section. Then, after the show, I'll go through drag trim. Okay. Except I also need to touch hoops today. I got tricks to practice. I was so excited to get my L-sit. I've been working on my levers again. They're not so good, but pretty soon, maybe later, I'll clear off a wall space because I haven't done a handstand in a hot minute. And I need my friendly wall to keep me company. My spotter the wall. Let's see if I remember how to kick up. I was able to get 1 foot, 2 feet off the ground, but I couldn't lift up my hand, so my balancing tricks are we're just dusting off. Thank goodness for muscle memory, because, we spent some time working on those tricks. It's just as well to be an old lady doing young kid tricks. The other things, I don't have enough. I'll have to look for the Goodwill for some super cheap decks of playing cards. Because the ripping the deck of card trick, that is a fun one. I think I got almost a quarter of a deck, half a deck the last time I tried that trick. I finally got rid of, because I thought it would be fun to break golf clubs over your thigh. That's also a fun trick. But some of those strength tricks get a little expensive because you can only use that tool once. Once you rip a card, it's ripped. Once you break the golf club, it's broken. It'd be super fun if I could. Maybe I should look for like a 99-cent non-stick pan, because I saw one of the guys a chap I used to know was able to roll up a skillet like a cannoli. When you make cannolis, before you stuff them, you gotta roll them. He did that with frying pans, and I was like, that is a fun trick. I'd like to do that trick. And so many of them, they're so expensive because once it's rolled, you can't unroll it. All right, so I have the top and the bottom. I probably should be extra and press the seams. So I'm just gonna lay it flat, find the edge, and with my nails, just press open the seam. Because pressing does make a difference. Things always look better after a good press. As much as Phoenix says, I hate ironing. I don't like having to take the iron out, but I do completely cannot understate the importance of good pressing. It really does make a difference. Okay, seam pressed. And this raw edge isn't... Oh, let me stand closer so you can see. That seam is going to be prone to fraying, and I need a channel on the outside. So I'm going to stitch some lace or some ribbon, something, once I picked out what it's going to be, just on the outside of the lines that I already stitched, and then up past this raw edge section just to cover all of that. Or do I want to just slap a rolled hem in it? And then let's be extra. Let's do one more rolled hem for today's show. Thank you. Magnetic Blammo presser foot container. The sewing tool you didn't know you needed, and all those plastic modern presser feet, you're going to be disappointed because the Blammo may not work for you. The older your machine, the better magnets those presser feet, the more iron those presser feet have. That's our line. Welcome to Blammo, your home of goopy eyelet collections and magnetic presser feet holder. You make sure to be the first in your neighborhood so you can tell all your friends, look at that. All right, so I'm taking the 2 layers of the seam that I just showed off, and I've got the rolled hem foot on, so it's just gonna fold everything over, add another line of stitches. So we're just adding more security. There's gonna be less raw edges, and I'm still gonna cover it over for the tautening channel so we can have a little bit of shape in this relatively shapeless rectangle garment. I'm just holding the fabric up so that it just rolls right where the layers were connected together. Just makes everything nice and clean. I don't like with some of the seam finishing tech. I like when everything lays flat on the inside. I don't like extra stuff like hanging. It's not a sensory thing. It's a my brain doesn't like it thing. All right, I think this might be the final seam for the show, so don't leave your seats yet. Yeah, so then the ribbon or the lace is just going to add one more layer to hold all these pieces together, cover all this looseness, and have a function. It's got a purpose I need it to do. Just as well that I haven't thought if I was going to make a big Halloween costume this year. I don't know. It's almost too late to get started. And you're like, are you really Phoenix? How dare you say these things? You know, when we think about it's like 6 months in advance. I'm already thinking of like Christmas into New Year's for what my brain is like. This is what we should be making and what stuff we want. I think, yeah. Better just keep those thoughts in my brain lest I get excited and then say things that I'm not doing on Sunday. So, never mind. All right, that's the last seam for today, I think. Let me just do a quick back stitch. So I got 2 different garments in the works, in the hopper. Nothing fancy, straightforward. Maybe yeah. Oh, that's what this weekend's for. Thank you everybody so much for hanging out with me this Wednesday. It has been great. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. The cats definitely had snacks and are so excited now that it's 2 minutes till dinner time. Where am I? Don't wait till tomorrow to be fabulous today. Don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. I will be back on Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, and again on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, unless something happens, in which case I am not. But hopefully we should be there. All right, everybody. You be great. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. That means it's only 2 more days till I get to see everybody next. All right, have fun. Bye.